Hey everybody, Grandmaster Ben Finegold here. Happy New Year to everybody. I haven't made videos on my channel for a while because we have our channel at the Chess Club and Scholastic Center of Atlanta, and I make maybe 4 videos a week, maybe 5, and it takes a while to put them on the internet because my wife edits them, and they're much more professional than here at my home with my $220 laptop and microphone that chess.com gave me. In my dark room here. Anyway, and occasionally you might hear a dog bark. We got a dog a few days ago. Puppy, 4 months old. Anyway, so if there's a dog attacking me during the video, maybe that'll get more views. It's the new year, so we have, I have 3 new resolutions. Have higher resolution on my lap. No, that's not it. I became a vegan today. I've been a vegetarian since July 1986. About 31 and a half years, and decided to go vegan today. Well, I decided last week. So today's day 1. So far, so good, and it's almost 5 o'clock. Second resolution, you'll like the best of the 3. I'm going to make a video every day. So this is video 1. So hopefully we'll get 365 videos today on this channel, unless it's a leap year. Let's see, 2018. Doesn't sound like a leap year. Okay. Sounds like we're as far from a leap year as possible. And third resolution is to walk 30 minutes every day outside. And I don't mean in total because I'm walking the dog all the time, so it can be 30 minutes anyway. But just go for a 30-minute walk. And it was about, 18 degrees outside and windy. So I actually like cold, but that's getting a little cold for me. Anyway, these things happen. So please go to our channel for the Chess Club and Scholastic Center of Atlanta. You'll see in the comments and in the information I provide. Consider a donation so our chess center stays open. And if you like the channel, then let me know. Leave some great comments. And please go to our YouTube channel for the Chess Club also. My wife put up a video yesterday, and I think one's going up today or tomorrow. So we're getting there. And join the club, play in our tournaments, etc., etc. Mainly, etc. Now, somehow we're all still here, even though Trump is the president. So I'm able to make videos, but for how much longer, I don't know. Hopefully, with the way the USCF works and the Georgia Chess Association and FIDE and Trump, somehow things are still here. I guess it must be our chess center. It's just holding everything together. Okay, I was thinking about showing games of my students and really not saying who they were. Yeah, those games are a bit suspicious. However, a couple of months ago in an extra rated game, because my student had a bye in a tournament, I played a rated game with my student. And I'm not going to put in the notes who my opponent is because they might not want me to say who it is. I didn't really ask permission, so I don't think I need permission, but I don't want my students' games on my channel if they don't want them there. But anyway, my student is between 1,300 and 1,700, which doesn't give a lot away. And I'm not. I had the black pieces. I think it was game 75. I think. Not sure. Okay, and I had black, and this was played about 2 months ago. So it was a Caro-Kann. And I don't remember the game that well, but I know that my opponent played a little bit strangely in the opening. Okay, so this isn't strange. Yeah, okay, I remember now. Now my opponent broke one of my very important rules, which is odd since my opponent is my student. F3, never play F3. I've never seen them move F3, although I have seen them move F3 in this position, F3, and this is called the fantasy variation. It's not very common. It's played sometimes. I haven't seen F3 here. Obviously, the most common move is putting a knight to G3. There's at least 15,000 Grandmaster games in that position. And I've had black in many of them. Okay, so F3, E6, which, well, you don't play E6 early in the Caro-Kann because that blocks your bishop on C8. And once my bishop gets out, I can play E6. This lets my other bishop get out. And it also contains a threat which my opponent didn't see. It's not the most serious threat in history, but I mean, it does win some material. So my opponent didn't see the threat and played bishop E3. So I don't know, pause your video, don't pause your video, and try to find a way that black can win material here. See if you can figure it out. I'll check my phone and see if people are donating yet, even before the video is published. Nope, you guys aren't mind readers. Okay, so, well, if you played Queen H4 check first, with the idea that the queen and bishop attack the knight, then the knight could block, the bishop could block attacking the queen, the pawn could block attacking the queen. You have to do it the other way around. So Queen H4 check was incorrect. Some of you probably said that. You have to take the knight first, and then play Queen H4 check. Now, normally, in almost any opening, when you can play queen check on this diagonal, Queen H4 with black, Queen H5 with white, and you can take the e-pawn, you're really crushing it. But here, I have no other development, and my opponent has a big lead in development. So I'd rather have black, because I like being a pawn up. But having development and 2 bishops is okay. So it's not losing, it's just bad. Okay, King D2, which really shocked me. It's not that bad, though. It just shocked me. Queen takes E4, Knight F3. And, yeah, I mean, I don't really have any development, and I don't have anything good to do, but I'm up a pawn. Okay, Knight F6, Bishop D3. Queen went to D5, trying to get my queen back to safety. And my opponent decided to put the king on the king's side instead of on the queen's side. Knight Bd7, Rook E1, Bishop D6, just getting the pieces out. And I'm pretty solid pawn up here, although I guess if I wasn't a pawn up, like put a pawn on F2 for white, maybe I'd slightly prefer white because white has 2 bishops, but not much because the only bad thing about black's position potentially is because the pawns are all on white squares. In fact, I'll show you. These are the pawns that are closest to the center. Excuse me. They would be blocking my bishop on C8, which I'm sure happens to all of us. But I traded my bishop on C8, so basically have no problem here, and I'm just up a pawn. Okay. So C3, pretty boring move considering white's down a pawn. Queen H5, threatening to take the H-pawn. H3, knight to D5. Bishop C1, that surprised me, but my opponent didn't want to give up the bishop pair. And if the bishop goes to the other diagonal, I'll have knight F4. So, I don't know, I think if I didn't want to give the bishop pair up and I wanted to stop knight F4, I'd probably play bishop to D2. Probably not a big difference. Okay, bishop G3 and knight G5. Knight G5 is a very interesting move because, you know, most people would expect the rook on E1 to move. Generally, white doesn't want to trade queens here because white's down a pawn. So that's probably not the best move I took. And my opponent recaptured. Problem with playing this intermezzo check and then taking back, now white's won the pawn back, is I can trap the bishop. Now, if I play like F6, never play F6, probably knight E4 is okay. Probably. Maybe. But I could just play G6 here, and that bishop's never getting out. So that's not good. Okay, so my opponent just took back on D1. And I played knight F6, defending my H-pawn. Knight E4. Trading piece is not a good idea. Okay, and if I do nothing, I should be up a pawn, but it seems like I should do something because my opponent's queen side isn't developed. Bishop on C1, rook on A1. So, rawr, F5, attack. Keeping the 2 bishops, F4. I'd like to play knight E3 check or F3, something aggressive. And my pawn on F4 really hems in the bishop on C1. King E2, stopping my knight E3 and my F3 ideas. E5, breaking open the center since my opponent's king is there. King F3, obviously if takes, which I think I expected, I would go here, get my pawn back and get my pieces active. So my opponent played King F3, Rook E8, Bishop E4, Man, it's tough to play all my pawn pushes when my pawns are blocked. Knight f6, and after knight f6, white's in a lot of trouble. Again, I'm playing with all my pieces, and my opponent's bishop's on c1 and rook is on a1. So, I mean, I'm a pawn up also, but my pieces are better. b4, a terrible move and a losing position. But again, my opponent's 1,000 points lower rated than me. So, considering that, I think they're doing pretty well. Okay, b4, I played discovered check. The problem is, if you play king takes, which you would normally play, I have this skewer, so you can't do that. Now you're down 2 pawns, and I'm crashing through. King d3, f3, always play f3. Again, I'm crashing through everywhere. My rooks are getting active, my pawns are queening, etc. Rook takes. King to d2, takes, rook e2, and here my opponent resigned. If king b1, then c2 check is annoying, and c2 check is also annoying here. And I think I'm up 3 pawns. Yeah, so if I didn't have a winning move, I'd be winning anyway. So that was an extra rated game I played. I got my typical 0 rating points for winning that game. But in our chess center, when somebody has a bye, because there's an odd number, either I play them or Karen does, or there's a parent usually hanging out of one of the children playing, and they're rated also, they're just not playing in the tournament. So it's very rare that somebody gets a bye and they don't get to play a rated game if they want. Sometimes they don't want to, but usually they do. And my student opponent was thrilled that they got to play a rated game with me, so like they should be. So that was a game I won a couple months ago against my student. It was rated, although I don't think my student lost rating points. I don't think I gained rating points. Not the kind of rated I like. This is video 1 of 2018. Hopefully I have the year right. Again, go to our YouTube channel for our chess center, Chess Club and Scholastic Center of Atlanta. If you can't find it because you're challenged in that way on the internet, you can look in the comments here. And the information, there'll be a link to it. Don't forget the link to the donate button. Go to our Twitter page, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and follow and subscribe and like and all that stuff. Remember, Chess Club and Scholastic Center of Atlanta. I'm Grandmaster Ben Finegold, video 1 of the year, and video 2 will be coming up tomorrow. Bye, everyone.